Alright, this works. I'm getting a photos from Tasha on Instagram. Probably both saying,
Hey, come find us. Can you hear me now? Hey, they were the first ones in the last feed.
they're fast.
They're fast.
Can I just borrow Annabeth and Olivia
We're back.
for like
Yeah,
a week?
we're back. Sorry, I don't know. I just noticed that I've got a little thing right here on my desk that I can plug stuff into. It's got a red light on it. And right before everything went blip, that red light disappeared. Of course, the computer's on battery, so it didn't blink. But it shut the router down. So the router's booted back up. And we're off and running again. So what were we talking about before that happened?
Us driving in the blizzard.
Oh, yeah, the blizzard. That was 2000 and...
I was pregnant. It was 2010.
10.
Either 2009 or 2010.
It was, Keegan wasn't born yet.
It was Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah.
2009.
It was, yeah, Christmas of 2009. You were pregnant with Keegan. And we made it home safe and sound.
But it was dumb.
Easy
through the
peasy.
blizzard. It was not easy peasy. Thank you very much.
I didn't have any trouble. The other people.
We were driving and there were trucks doing this on the road right by us.
I can't help it if they don't know how to drive in that stuff.
Well, next time, I've told him this, I don't know how many times. Next time there's a blizzard on the forecast, we're not driving through it. I don't care. I do not care what he thinks. He can go by himself.
I could see approximately 10 feet in front of me. And the ice was freezing to the windshield wipers.
We had the heat on full blast, so we're burning up inside the car.
Charlie was in a car seat crying.
Screaming. Not crying, screaming.
Because it was hot.
Oh, it was a nightmare. I missed your singing.
And we made it home safely.
Oh, it makes me mad thinking about it. I know we shouldn't dwell on the past, but when that story comes up, oh, I get mad.
There's nothing to get mad about. It's over with.
Mm-hmm. I drove through a blizzard in a convertible. It was scary. Oh, shoo-wee.
Was the top down?
Yeah, his father-in-law wanted him down if he was that. I think that's the one time.
Hey, we had a fun trip in the snow too, didn't we? Father-in-law. Going to a minister's retreat, and we were in Little Rock. And I was in the left lane, and I went past a vehicle, and I wasn't very far past them, and they slammed into the wall right behind me.
Oh my goodness, your brother was sleeping through it. Sabrina, Jesus, 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 there's something about you there.
I was singing about him because I saw him.
If you don't know, that's in reference to the last video I was talking about, a video Tim Hawkins puts out. It is so funny.
Tubin.
Did anybody go watch that after the last live? Linda did, and Pete from Pete's Homestead did. They both messaged me and they're like, "Oh my goodness!" That was
Hey, he talks about
hilarious.
Minnesota in that too, don't he? Isn't that in Minnesota? Tubin in Minnesota?
Yeah, Tubin in Minnesota. Yes, we did. Cars spun out
He's
beside us.
replying to me.
Yeah.
They hit the wall right behind us.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
And they were driving in a lane that had been plowed.
Yes, we just watched it. I tried to watch your Marcos and ran it won't come through. I didn't know it was from Minnesota.
Why do you think he makes fun of them?
Because he makes fun of people from Arkansas. He likes the hand sanitizer. He's like the greeter at church. He's like, "Oh, you're from Arkansas. Okay." And he's like pumping all his hand sanitizer around, like slathering it all on his body. We're so glad to have you here.
The last one I watched was You Nose Lashes.
Oh.
Wasn't the Nose Lashes fantastic?
That is back when I still have a Synergens camp. That's when I was actively promoting it. And I had this weekly episode called Amber's Super Sassy Side, and I did these weird beauty trends, and I like turned into the sassy side of Amber. I like changed my voice, always had my hair in a side ponytail, and people loved it. It was so funny. I was being cracked up with myself. I had seen that forever, and Andy found it, and he shared it, and I watched it again. It was funny. It was gnarly. Yeah, I took that false eyelashes and put the eyelash glue on it, stuck it in my nose to where it was flaring out of my nostril. I did on both of them, and then I pull them out at the end.
Well, she's got some doozies on
I
there.
thought about starting them back again. Heavy precipitation has been detected
Good to know.
nearby. I walked over here in the rain.
So yeah, you can go to Amber's Sassy Lips on Facebook. Is that the name?
Well, you shared it on Haskins Family Blog.
Right, but I'm saying you've got all them videos
Oh,
on.
yeah. Amber Sassy Lips and Cosmetics on Facebook.
You can go look it up there, and there's several
Videos.
videos
Oh, my
there
goodness.
that
Let me see. I'll find the channel. I'm not, like I said, I'm not active on that page anymore. I thought about getting active again.
Sniffing Glue, huh?
I just don't like messaging people and asking them to buy things. I just
Explains-
want people to buy things because they
Explains a
want
lot,
to.
don't it?
Or whatever.
What? Are you whatever in me, or you whatever
Yes,
in your
I'm
dad?
Whatever in you.
Your dad's the one that said you've been sniffing glue.
You said it explains a lot. You said. I don't know how to share.
You got to make it public. Oh, from how to share the page?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oops.
Or if you click on that up there, the 3 dots.
It just says, oh, share right there.
I don't like your phone, but I actually outsmarted you one time on it.
I'm gonna go over. Y'all can check it out.
Check it out.
I've got several funny videos on there.
Was Keegan?
Katie got it before me. Thank you, Katie. I'm sitting here trying to figure it out. She got it.
I don't see it here. Sniffing glue is the last thing that I see.
Well, on here,
How come?
we're behind. I
What's
guess.
going on? The last comment that I see on my chat is sniffing glue, huh? So how many are we missing?
Tasha and I got it courtesy of Andy and Facebook Messenger. And I felt like we are special. Oh, so you personally messaged them video?
I messaged a lot of folks.
Oh my word, Andy.
I think I sent it to Chickenlandia, and I think I sent it to some others. Man, I missed what is going on with the
I have
computer?
no idea. Yeah, we're missing a lot of comments.
So hopefully they can hear me there,
I can't because they're still talking to us.
because all I can see is sniffing glue. What if maybe if I say something here,
Something.
maybe that'll update the feed.
Everybody comment with a 1 real quick if you can hear me. I don't know what the deal is.
I don't know. Technology.
The other commenting, see, right here, 1.
Okay.
1.
Well-
H. We'll just follow this one.
We'll have to look at the chat on the phone because the computer's not updating the chat.
There's audio and video.
Awesome. So what's another funny story?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, hey, here's a funny story. Amber thought it was hilarious when it happened. I, on the other hand, did not think it was funny at all. You know what I'm talking about?
no.
So when we were in Oklahoma, pastoring the church there, I was working for the city of Oilton at the time, and I got a letter at the post office, and it was certified mail, and it was from
Oh my goodness.
was it Cleveland County?
I don't know. This is crazy.
Basically,
This is crazy.
it was Oklahoma City. It was the court of the county court in Oklahoma City, whatever county that is. I can't remember now. So it was a summons for my appearance in court. I was an alleged father listed, and they wanted me to come and appear in court.
Yeah.
It was a paternity case.
Yeah.
And my wife thought it was hilarious.
Because I knew better, but I'm like, what in the world? Why are they messaging my husband? I've got to get confused with somebody else.
So I called the number. There was a number on the letter, and I called the number and talked to him about it. And I told him, I said, "You got the wrong guy." Of course, you know.
I'm sure they hear that.
How often do they hear that song and dance? You got the wrong guy. I said, you got the wrong guy. And I said, I'll tell you what. I said, I'm going to have to take off work, and I'm going to have to drive 2 hours to get there. It's going to take up I'm going to miss a whole day of work. I'm going to be out the gas money. I'm going to have to eat there. I said, there is a health department right down the road, like literally 10 miles from my house. Can I just go down there and let them do a DNA swab and send us? Nope, you gotta appear. And so I went to court. I walked in, and standing outside the courtroom, and there was DHS workers running every which direction. The hallway was full, and I didn't know where they were at, and the docket didn't have anything about where I was supposed to go. I just knew this was the courtroom. Didn't know when I was supposed to go in. Didn't know who I was supposed to see. So I just stopped one of the DHS workers, and I said, "Hey," and showed them the letter. And they said, "We'll get your caseworker." And they send the caseworker out of the courtroom. And when she walks out the door, she looks at me, and the first words out of her mouth were, "Well, I can tell you right now, you're not the father." And I said, "Well, I tried to tell you that on the phone." And she said, "Well, it'll be all right." She said, "Come in here and sit with me, and then we'll go up, and you just stand beside me. I'll do all the talking," which they did. And the mother was about 5'0", and she was black. And her parents, her dad was a pastor, was standing about right here. And they were staring a hole through me like I did something very bad that I didn't do. And
said your sins will find you out.
Yeah, I had to go upstairs, and I had to have a DNA test done. And a few weeks later, I got a letter in the mail, and it said that I was not the father
Of a little black girl.
My wife thought it was hilarious. And my coworker, who was in the truck with me whenever I opened the letter, because I didn't know what it was, I just, whatever. He decided that he didn't really do it, but he told me he was going to go tell everybody. Yeah.
You had
everybody around town that the pastor was running around town. Running around the state, got kids everywhere that he's not claiming.
I forgot all about that.
That was a good story.
Yeah.
It's funny looking back, but going through it, oh my goodness. I knew I didn't do nothing. I knew I wasn't, but still, just to have your name out there like that. So,
Yeah.
So where's the chat talk at now? We're looking at ourselves up there and we're looking at ourselves here, but we're not seeing any. What did you do?
I don't know. Usually, if you turn it sideways and if people comment, it'll show up here on the side, but it ain't gonna do it, I guess. Hold that up there. My arm's hurrying from
Well,
looking
you
up.
only got to hold it up there 4 more minutes. I will have to call you something in person.
Oh, the little girl wanted her new daddy.
Yes, that kind of stuff will surely start some rumors
Yeah.
of pastors. Absolutely.
We've had rumors spread about us before about Amy.
Yep.
Oh. One church, I think I've shared with y'all, kicked us out. Our child was 2 weeks old.
I saw that. Got some new babies today. Sorry.
Who has new babies?
Bub. He's got a video out on it. You can go watch it. Quit advertising on our live, Bub. He's horning in. He heard that time was ticking and he had to jump in there and Bub had to get some free advertising.
I didn't get to watch that because I've been in Jonesboro all day.
That'll be $29.95. We'll collect that via PayPal, the Cash App, Messenger money. I'm just kidding, Bub.
Venmo.
Venmo, I didn't know.
Venmo.
Venmo, okay.
PayPal.
So anyway, you had a story.
I don't remember what
Good night, thinking out loud.
My dad.
It was a funny story.
I don't remember. Oh.
Oh, it wasn't funny. You was talking about rumors and church stuff and that. We're not going to get into that.
I was in, my dad's leaving now, but it involves him. We were in a pizza restaurant in Cersei, and they had this buffet. I was like 14 or 15. Do you want me to slap you?
She wiped her greasy hands all over some stranger's shirt from behind as she hugged around him, asking him where the napkins were at, because she thought it was her daddy.
It's not funny when you tell it. This guy, I didn't know where the napkins were, and I thought it was my dad. I was like 14 or 15 years old. I come up behind him, giving him a big old hug on his belly. My hands were not greasy. I had not eaten pizza yet. And I said, Daddy, where's the napkins? And the strange man turns around and said, I ain't your daddy. I said, oh, my bad.
Katie, we were actually both born in Tulsa. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Fun fact. I grew up in a town called Manford, Oklahoma. I went from kindergarten through high school. I'm looking for Bub while I'm talking. I'll send the money as soon as you start paying child support. I paid plenty on kids. So anyway, I went kindergarten through 12th grade at Manford Public Schools. Amber lived in Tulsa till she was a few months old.
Yeah.
And then they moved to Atkins, Arkansas. And then when she was 3, they moved to Cersei. So.
Oh, Sabrina. She hit a guy in the rear at church. She goes, yes. That's why I don't do anything like that in church.
Hey, share with them the story Craig Shaw shared with us.
No. No, we won't share.
Okay, Amber won't. We don't share that one.
We were waiting on Amber to be born so we could move back to God's country, Arkansas. Yes.
You didn't like the wind blowing, sweeping down the plain, and the waving wheat that sure smells sweet when the wind come right behind the rain? I feel bad because I'm looking over here to read this, and I'm looking up.
And the wave is sure smells sweet, and the wind comes from your life.
Of course, it's just as windy here as it was ever in Oklahoma, where we live. There are no trees to block the wind.
Yes, that's true. So what are y'all's plans for Thanksgiving? Everybody's coming to our house next week.
I know what your dad's plans are.
He's bringing his appetite.
He's bringing an appetite
every year.
every year. Every time we get together. What are you bringing? What are you bringing? I'm bringing my appetite.
Classic. We'll be talking about that for years to come.
I'm sure you were embarrassed, Sabrina.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That would be embarrassing.
I've never done anything embarrassing.
Whatever.
Going to brother and sister-in-law's house with 30 other people. That sounds
Wow.
exciting. That's a big crew.
Well, if all of our crew, my side of the family, was going to be there, we'd have 22.
Now, when you say your side of the family, are you
My
talking about your
my
parents?
kids, and their kids.
Okay. You're not talking your Gimpy and,
No.
Okay.
Just my immediate family. My parents and the siblings and their kids. 22.
Your dad says, Roger that. Appetite is what I'm bringing.
We'll see if it's exciting. They do not let me live it down either. I bet. Oh my goodness. I wouldn't let you live it down, Sabrina.
All right, it's 9 o'clock. I'm heading over to get kids in bed. But here's your phone.
We do need to get off though. We'll just go ahead and say sayonara.
Adios.
Thanks for
Arrivederci.
joining us. Be in prayer.
Hola.
For
No,
the
that's hello,
channels that are
Aloha. That's the
possibly
word
going
I'm
to be
looking for.
affected by this new law.
So,
Don't leave us.
any last words?
No, I'm tired, so we're gonna go to bed. But I love you guys, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good night.